Reggie White may be gone, but he certainly is not forgotten. He's having a great effect on the southern states as they try to rebuild from Hurricane Katrina 2 years ago.
The people that are still living here are asking, after 2 years, am I still important? And the Reggie White Foundation is saying, yes, you are still important.
Imagine having your whole life turned upside down by an uncontrollable force, losing all your worldly possessions. No place to call home, nowhere to turn. That's what happened 2 years ago to so many victims of Hurricane Katrina. Now imagine people coming forward to help you rebuild your home and help you rebuild your life. Total strangers out of the goodness of their hearts. Darren Horton has the story of one family that has to imagine no more.
Hurricane Katrina was the worst natural disaster in the history of the United States, causing mass destruction to the Gulf Coast region. The delayed response and lack of coordination by the federal, state, and local governments made the devastation and suffering much worse than it might have been for thousands of innocent victims. Despite an outpouring of emotional support from across the world, now 2 years later, many people are still trying to put their lives and their neighborhoods back together. This is the reality for Kawan Butler, her husband Tyrone Blaze Sr., and their son Tyrone Jr. For them, like so many others, life in New Orleans would never be the same.
We really didn't pack up because we really didn't think we was going to be gone for that long. And I only took like 2 outfits because we thought we was coming right back home, and we lost everything we had.
Seeing cars upside down off the interstate, everything. Cars on top of houses, it was just so bad. I just cried.
Didn't come back until January. We couldn't even come inside to see what was done inside. We had to wait until they can get the dogs and stuff out of here. The dogs had just taken it over.
I cried as I walked through, just knowing how everything was and where everything was at, and not having nothing. It was really hard for me. It was really even hard to even come back here.
Kawan and Tyrone did not want to abandon their roots, yet before they could rebuild on the same property where they had lived for 5 years, they needed to demolish what remained of their old house. But trying to get financial assistance from the government was not easy.
We on a list for so many different people to have the house demolished. We've been going through this for a year, maybe a year and a half. It's just been so much trying to demolish the house.
It's just unbelievable. It really is. It's just one drama after another, trying to recuperate. You're trying to build your life, get back to where you was, and it's like they're making it impossible.
This March, Tyrone, a first sergeant in the U.S. Army, was sent to the Middle East, transporting units in and out of Iraq.
It's scary because it's just every day you turn on the news and you hear something different, and not knowing if he's okay, if I haven't talked to him in a day or so. It really is hard. It's really hard.
I pray for him. That's all I could do. I tell him, pray for himself, go to church, So there's nothing else you can do.
In early August, Kawan learned that their house would finally be demolished. However, the help was coming not from the government, but a much more unlikely source, the Reggie White Foundation. Created in 1996, the foundation has raised millions of dollars in its mission to continue the Hall of Famer's legacy of helping those in the face of adversity. Now, Sarah White, the widow of the foundation's namesake, has created Crescent Rising, an initiative aimed at tearing down homes in New Orleans with startup funds totaling $250,000.
The people that are still living here are asking, after 2 years, am I still important? And the Reggie White Foundation is saying, yes, you are still important.
When you look at the money that's been raised for New Orleans, I mean, billions of dollars have come in, but where is it? We're saying all we need is $25 million to tear down 12,500 homes. We believe the people in America will still give and we can get the job done.
This was the biggest step because this looked like it took the longest time just to have the house torn down.
The Saints returned to the Louisiana Superdome a year ago, bringing with them an almost storybook season on the field. However, the entire organization realizes that their off-the-field contributions are vital to helping the people of New Orleans as they attempt to come back to their homes as well.
It's very important because you give them some strength, you know, to go forward in life and not look in the past because of what happened.
It's the world to have your home. And for, Mr. Blaze to be away, but to know that people are helping his family when he can't be there. It's not a handout, it's just helping them in the process to tear down the houses. It's all part of the rebuilding and the rebirth of New Orleans. I have mixed emotions about tearing down a house in a community because then you look across the street and that house needs to be torn down. Then you look 3 more houses and that house needs to be torn down. So really, I don't have a lot of gratification because I'm not finished. We're not finished as a community.
It's the end of something old and the beginning of something new.
I just can't wait to see it down. It just was like a big eyesore to me. And I just can't wait to have it down where I can breathe again.
On Sunday, August 19th, 2 years after Katrina, life for the Blaze family once again changed forever. It took just 20 minutes. As his family witnessed the momentous occasion, Tyrone shared in their joy while serving his country far away from home.
Tyrone, been a long time coming.
We're going to start all over again. We're going to be all right.
I'm just happy. I want to say thank you to everybody for helping us because it's been 2 years and we're finally moving on to the next chapter in our lives.
Graphics company Fathead, best known for its life-size wall cutouts, has joined the Katrina relief effort, producing a Reggie White Crescent Rising commemorative Fathead. All proceeds from sales will go to the Crescent Rising program. To make a donation, log on to crescentrising.com. All right, still to come here on NFL Total Access. Trent Green and the Miami Dolphins will take on the Washington.